Hello and welcome to Taylor's Holistic Approach Ministries, our daily dose. And the daily dose for today is Worship and Rest Sunday. Today is a day where we talk about our worship experience of the day, and then we talk about the importance of rest. My name is Jetty Taylor Robinson, health coach, founder, and steward of the ministry. So while we're waiting on people to join us, we are going to say a word of prayer, and then we're going to go forward and talk about rest, and then you have an opportunity to tell us about your worship experience, and then we'll be done for today. Gracious Father, we come to you thanking you, oh God, for another day. Thanking you for a day of worship, a day that's set aside, oh God, for us to just focus and concentrate on you and your goodness and your grace and your mercy. We ask you to bless those who will join us. We ask you to bless those who will view later. We ask you to bless our friends, families, and everybody connected to us. We love you and we thank you for everything that you do, the blessings you continue to shower upon us. Forgive us, oh God, for anything that we have done, we have said, that we have thought that wasn't pleasing unto you. Help us, oh God, to do your will and your way. Order our steps, oh God, guide our minds. We love you and praise you, and we thank you for all things. It is in Jesus' name we give you all the praise and glory, and we ask these blessings. Amen. Amen. Hello, Miss D. Happy Worship and Rest Sunday. Good to see you. Good to see you. Anybody else who's coming on, make that comment so I can see your name pop up on the screen and I know who you are. Welcome, welcome. So wonderful to have you on today as we talk about Worship and Rest Sunday. So I saw this, speaking of rest, I saw this video and it was a TED Talk. And I like to view them. They have a lot of good information and people tell them about their experience, whether it's personally or professionally. And this particular talk was by Beck Heinrich. And her topic really got my attention. And it says, redefining rest, slowing down to speed up. And I listened to most of her talk, and it really resonated with me about, this is really something that we really need to do. We need to be intentional. Thank you, Miss D. We need to be intentional about rest. And rest is not necessarily, a nap. Rest is not necessarily sleep, but just slowing down in order to recharge so we can reinvest ourselves in others. If you think about your day-to-day life and the things that you do, we're constantly, from the time we get up, we're planning, our mind is going, we're constantly doing things, whether it's for ourselves or the people around us. So whether you are a parent or whether you are a sibling, whether you are hey, Miss Danielle, whether you are somebody who is a manager or a supervisor, whether you're just a worker, whether you're a mother, there's always planning involved in things. There's always, our minds are constantly going and, from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. And does anybody take a nap? Does anybody or schedule some downtime for yourself, like during the day or during the week? Or is it all like your to-do list and that's what you're focused on all week? So I'm going to throw some questions out at you. So I just want you to give me some answers. So just finished watching your Saturday episode. Okay, thank you, Miss Danielle. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were able to be blessed by it. All right, yes. Always she gets some me time. And see, that is so, if people don't realize how important it is. They're so focused on deadlines and I got to do this thing and the next thing and the next thing before bedtime. But it's so important for us to schedule some time for us. And even if it's not, during our work week, then on our days off, really take the time to, yes, they're errands, but really take some time to just really give yourself some woosah time. It's because it's not only good for you, but it's good for the people around you. Like, who around you is suffering because, either, their time with you is limited or lacking, or the time with them, it's like you're stressed, or your patience is short, or you're just not there because your mind is somewhere else. It's like, it's so important, not only for you, but the people around you, for you to just take some time off. Hey, Miss Carla, good to see you, sissy. Just take some time off, because happy worship and rest, Miss Nina. Hi, ladies, just pulling it in from errands. Okay, very good. Glad you can join us. We're talking about the importance of not only just rest, but this downtime. How do you rest? How do you pull yourself away from things? And I know sometimes if we're not over things or whatever, we think that, I don't need rest, or I'm not responsible. But like, we're all responsible for something or somebody. So our minds are constantly going. So you need to like mentally even like take some step back and take some downtime, in order for you to, like the subject says, slowing down to speed up, because you're at your better self once you get that rest, once you get that downtime, once you get some, like Danielle says, some me time. It's like self-care. You have to take care of yourself so that you can take care of others more effectively. And not only, I'm not taking in the sense of not just, having to do things for others, but just being present for them. Because a lot of times, says my body is aching from my couch. A lot of times we just, we don't think about it. We just do. And so they were like, when do you rest? And even like if you're in ministry, whether you're over the ministry or whether you're just involved in the ministry, Nina touched on it a while, like as far as like when we were in the church, how we would go. And at some point, it just depends on everybody thinks about it differently. At some point, some people thinking, okay, we're just going, but what's the purpose? What's the plan? Are we really being effective? And so if you are not, if you're in a ministry and not really being ministered to sometimes, and you're just pouring out all the time, that affects your ministry. So it's just important for you to just slow down, take some you time, read your word, talk to the Lord. A lot of times we're so busy we can't even hear from him because, we got this thing all planned out. But we really need to, think about, how important is rest, and to schedule it. It's like, okay, today I'm not going to do this. Even if it's for like an hour, 2 hours, I'm just going to stop and I'm just going to just relax. If you're into things like yoga or meditation, or like I said, just reading your word. And not only that, just maybe like, oh, I'm going to take 2 hours to watch a movie, or, it just a comedy, something that's going to relax you, not something that's going to, with drama or whatever, because, whether you think so or not, like watching, hey, Miss Di, watching things like reality TV where people's lives are all jacked up and they're stressed and they're fighting and they're fussing and they're being cheated on and all of this stuff you internalize. So Miss Danielle says she pencil in an appointment for yourself. Yeah, ink it in. Don't pencil it in, because you need that rest. And if it doesn't work out, one day, then schedule it for the next day. But do it intentionally. But like I was saying, that stuff you internalize, and it has an effect on your emotions, on your blood pressure, on things that you don't realize it. And so you need to, every once in a while, cut a loose from even that, and just, watch something just going to make you laugh. Watch something that's going to calm you down. That's why the word said, that laughter is medicine. Laughter is like a medicine, because it helps us to thrive more. So, Miss Di said, ink it in, grab that Sharpie. Yes, be intentional about your self-care, whether it's, just like I said, relaxing, watching a movie, giving, doing and do like an Epsom salt lavender bath. because that has, health benefits as well as, you're relaxing, but then the magnesium and the salt and, and the lavender is going to be relaxed. All of that is giving your body something that it needs while you're relaxing. Not only relaxation, but it's very nutritional, has nutritional value. So, do things like that just to give yourself some, and you'd be surprised, like your bounce back, your comeback, your energy, yes, that you energy that you would have just because, you took some time for yourself. You took some time. You could hear clearer. You can think clearer. If you're always talking about, I need a word from the Lord. I need to hear from God. Well, are you positioning yourself for that? Are you, are you open to that? Because we've been talking about worship and the effects of worship on your body, the effects of worship on your soul, and which is your character, your personality, and the effects of worship on your spirit. And your spirit is your connection to God, your communication with God. So, hello, Miss Cynthia. So how is all of that, more effective when you're more tuned in because you're rested? So that is worship. That is Worship and Rest Sunday for me. That's the rest part, is to really work at resting. And like the Tubzik said, you can look up this YouTube TED Talk, and it said TEDx Fargo, and this lady was Beck Heinrich, and her topic was redefining rest, slowing down to speed up. And I thought that was a great topic. It just grabbed my attention, and it's so true that we need to just slow down, give ourselves some time to recharge, to reinvest in ourselves so that we can be a better self, that we can be better for ourselves and the people around us. So let's hear about your worship experience. Thank you, Ms. D. Let's hear about your worship experience today. Today I was trying to grab a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and trying to, also find some ministers for Wednesday, for our Watering Wednesday. So I was here and there, and so I told my sister I just felt like I was just kind of like all over the place today, but God pulled me together to get me here, and I am grateful. So I do, speaking of like taking time off, because with me, my schedule is so tight with working nights and coming in and then having tea with my mom and my sister, and then getting on here at 10:30, and then afterwards, trying to prepare for the next day. So Ms. D says, my sermon today was with Pastor Keon Henderson. Find a way around it. Exodus 14, 1-7. Pastor Reginald Brown, Lord, I need your help. Very good, very good. So what I do is I incorporate because my schedule is so tight, I incorporate some downtime. My downtime is with my sister and my mom when we sit down and we have tea. And this is, this could be a good idea for those of you who have aging parents or even just siblings that, are distant, and you can't get to them now because of COVID or because of your scheduling. Is, you can Zoom, or you could FaceTime, or you can just talk. You can just call them on the phone. And what we do is we have a time, and it's usually our times is between 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, where we just catch up and we talk and we laugh. And that's like, downtime for me. And so we do that. And then like on the first time we do green tea with my mom, which is good nutritionally for all of us. And then we do water. So we're trying to get my mom to drink more water, and for us to drink more water. We have water once a day with my mom. We tell my mom, get a glass of water and sit down. And what I do is I'm in the process of editing my book. So I read my book to my mom and my sister. And so that's a downtime that's usually like 45 minutes or so. And then, at the end of the day, we have our green tea together. And we just, we also, like our first green tea, we always started out with prayer. One day my sister had my mom to sing. So it was like a devotional. So my mom sang, And, you know, and at 94, she sounded beautifully. She didn't think so, but she did a great job. So she sang, my sister prayed, because we always have prayer at our first tea of the day. And then we just, you know, we just talk and laugh and just have fun with each other. So, yes, we have water together. So, you know, if you have, laughter is the best medicine. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And so, and we get to know, we get that connection and stuff. So if you, you know, have that idea of, you know, if you have siblings or your parents or whatever out there, and just to do something, just to have some downtime for, on both ends, for you and for them, and then do something, you know, like nutritionally to get people involved, you know, like have water, have a, you know, a smoothie, make a smoothie together if you have like FaceTime. Just do different things to connect, so you can have some downtime, so you can connect with them and disconnect with everybody else. And, you know, and just, you know, it's a win-win situation. So we've had so many laughs that we wouldn't have before, so many conversations that we wouldn't have had before, just by intentionally having that downtime together and doing something good for our bodies nutritionally. So that's a tidbit for today. Okay, so I also listened to or viewed Reverend Keon. Miss D has turned me on to him, so I think he's a great. Yes, it is. Connecting is so important, especially during this time where we've been so disconnected because of COVID. And, you know, when people can't go, if people are in the hospital and they can't go in because of COVID, you can't travel, or if you travel, you have to quarantine, depends on where you're traveling to. Once you get there because of COVID. So, you know, it's like, no social distancing required, no mask required. You know, it's just over the phone, or, you know, whether it's FaceTime or Google has a thing, Google Duo, I think, and then there's Zoom. There's so many forms of communication that we can do right now that will help. You know, just being able to see each other or to laugh with each other, it helps your immune system. It helps you, you know, nutritionally. So it's just, you know, so important for us to do that, you know, find that connection. Don't be so busy that we can't connect. We're busy because we can't travel, so we can't travel, but we can pick up the phone, you know. So let's try to do that more. It'll help you, it'll help them, and it's better all around. So with Pastor Keon, with Miss D was saying, his subject was find a way around it. And one of the things, I noted some of his things that he said, and he was saying God uses one thing to do multiple things. So he gave examples of like water. You know, God gave us water for us to drink, for hydration, and he gives it to the plant, for plant life, for them to grow, and for animals to drink for their, you know, hydration. But then he turned around and used it to flood the world because of the wickedness of the world. And then he said, you know, use the sun, how the sun dried up the earth, but then the sun also gives nutrients for the growth of plants. That was, you know, that God used the rain to water the plants. And then he said, he used another one as far as like praise. Praise is for God. We praise God, but then praise also confuses the enemy. And there was this song that had that in there. It's just like, you know, when things are going bad and your enemy, the enemy, Satan, you know, he thinks he has you at this point where you're at your breaking point, but then you break out into praise, and that like confuses him. You know, and it's not only just Satan, like, you know, Satan the spirit, but, you know, when he gets into people. I had this friend, this one young man was going through some things, and he was, you know, sometimes quick to like, you know, fly off or maybe tell people certain things. And I told him, I said, you know what? I said, when people expect your worst, give them your best. And so that's something that we should learn as Christians, especially when we're trying to live right. And people, you know, Satan knows how to push our buttons sometimes. And especially if like you're at work or different situations, maybe personal, you know, when people are trying to get to you, you know, and they're expecting you to lash back. And you should, when they're expecting your worst, give them your best. And, and kill them with kindness, shower them with love, and watch God work. Okay. And then I watched this Pastor Kenneth Ulmer. He is the pastor of Faithful Central in Los Angeles. And I listened to him today, and he's doing a series, and it's called Focus Beyond Calvary. And I really like this because I told you I was kind of still trying to do something toward Black history. And so and then we did Dr. Lee's, the presence of Africa and church history. That wasn't the topic, but that's what it was about. And so he talked about the Easter story through the eyes of Mark. And so I thought it was a great sermon. So I'm going to share that on Wednesday. And so I want to start doing something different as far as giving you all information ahead of time so that we can experience things together. So on like for teas and herbs and spices, I'm going to give you those things ahead of time. So then that way when you come on live, you can, tell me your experience with them. You can be prepared rather than be surprised and try to grab stuff. So starting on Mondays when we do our movement, as part of the movement, I'll run down a schedule of like, okay, for, on Tuesday, this is a tea we're going to do. On Wednesday, not on Wednesday, on Tuesday, and then on Thursday, the herb, and on Saturday, the spice. So that either you can use those things during the week and then you can tell your experience thereof, or you can, just have some kind of input when we talk on those particular days, on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So we're going to do that. Going to share some things that's happening with me. That I just want to, I think I'm going to do some post on my storyline about some things, and one particular thing that's happening with me right now. And then just to have you all go on this little short, to me it's going to be short journey with me. And so anybody else have anything to say or share your worship experience, what pastor you listened to today? I did listen to Pastor Lee. I started and then I was interrupted, and I know that he's doing a series also, the must sayings of Jesus, things that Jesus said he must say while he was doing here. And so today he went through Matthew 16 and 21, and then 17 to 22, chapter 16 verses 21, chapter 17 verses 22 to 23, chapter 20 verses 18 through 19, and he used the King James version because he said it spoke to him more. So that is it for Worship and Rest Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday. So ladies, tomorrow, and I hope we have some guys, I hope we have more and more people joining us. I am going to do we're going to do the Blessings on Blessings bounce. Lady Di missed it on Friday. So Miss Di, we're going to do it on tomorrow. I revised it. We're not going to do the crisscross jump unless you want to. So if you join us, and I'll give you the high impact, the mid impact, and the low impact, and the chair impact. And we're just going to go and we're going to do the Blessings on Blessings bounce. And then we are going to stretch for our day. So Miss Di said she caught Reverend Brown also, but at 10:30. Lord help me. Okay, very good, very good. I got to go back and catch that. Usually I try to catch Pastor Lee, Pastor Brown, Pastor Keon. Those are and then Pastor John Adolph and Pastor Marcus Cosby and Pastor Freddie Haynes. So yes, 10:30 on tomorrow is Motivating Moving Monday. is 10:30. So the only time we're on late is on Sundays, and that's 3:30. And I think next Sunday I'm going to push it up to 3, because I usually, when I get off here, it's time for me to go to bed so I can get up to go to work. And so for tomorrow, so I'm going to reschedule Sundays for 3 instead of 3:30, and see how that works out for people. I want to give everybody time to, have their worship experience, and, and maybe eaten, or, and kind of settled in before I came on. So let me see. Miss Nina says worship with Pastor Brown and Pastor Kenneth Reese. Oh, okay. Oh, I have to check out Pastor Reese. I haven't heard him in a while. Very good. And Miss D says, you're in my territory. All right. Yes, I want to try to be in everybody's territory tomorrow. Okay, we're gonna turn it around. We had somebody who okay, it's cool, Miss Di. I had somebody who was like, I try to make adjustments for everybody. I had someone who was on Friday who was trouble with vertigo, so they couldn't do the spin. So then we revised it. So okay, if you can't do the spin, we're gonna do this. We did like a grapevine instead of the spin. So there's always options. So don't think that correction, Pastor Lee Jr. Okay. Miss Nina. Don't think, oh, I can't do that, because there's always, the thing is to just move. Even if you get lost and turn around, just to keep moving and just do your own thing. My sister was like, you just get into your own world, you just leave everybody. I apologize for that. I am going to go over it several times before we start. So I'm going to break it down more, and then so that you can catch on, because the thing of it is to have fun. And so we're going to do this until everybody can catch on. So every Monday you'll know, like through the week, you can practice, and your practice will give you some movement time, some practice time, some exercise time. And so then we're gonna revisit it on Mondays and on Fridays. We're talking about when COVID is over, we're gonna get a big group of people together, and we're gonna do this blessings on blessing bounce, all versions. Okay, the low impact, the high impact, the mid impact, the chair impact, all of it. And we're gonna all groove together, because God, in spite of everything, He keeps giving blessings on blessings. So let me see. Improvise is a must for me. Okay, that is cool. Call Pastor Brown. He has something for you. Okay, very good, very good. Yeah, he contacted me earlier. He sent me a message earlier, so I don't know if it's the same thing. If it has, then I've talked to him. So thank you. I said that's Miss Nina. I said he's been talking to Miss Nina. But anyway, yeah. Thank you all. Tomorrow, like I said, is Motivating Moving Monday. Tuesday, say teas, please. I will be introducing an African tea that I got from my son Leo, not my son James. And then Wednesday is Watering Wednesday. Yes, we had that discussion. Thank you, Miss Nina. And then on Thursday, an herb. And on Friday is Zoom. So we're going to Zoom 10:30 in the morning. We're going to have a Zoom. Let me know. Miss D, if nobody messages me that they want to join the Zoom, then you and I are just going to FaceTime. We had an awesome time last time. And so we're going to Zoom on Friday morning. We're going to Zoom Friday evening at 6 o'clock. And then Saturday, we're going to talk about the spice. So don't forget, tomorrow I will run down the tea and the herb and the spice, so that you can be prepared, and we can have a great conversation about, I can tell you the benefits, and you can tell me the ways that you've used these particular items. All right. Thank you for joining me. I thank you for your love, for your prayers, for your support, and for your attendance. So love you much, and talk to you soon. God bless.